Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, my dear student. I welcome to you all in my another online class. Today I am with you, Muhammad Ashraful Islam, lecturer, Department of Physics, Milestone College. Today I am going to discuss our online class, and I hope this class will help you the better study at your home. Today I am going to discuss the very important topic from your physics second paper book, and our today's topic is semiconductor and electronics. And my today's topic of discussion is uses of transistor and use of transistor as a switch. And at last, I will solve some mathematical examples. Okay, my dear student, let's start our today's class. My dear student, now I am going to discuss a very important topic related to the transistor, which is use of transistor as a switch. You know, transistor is a device which is used to amplify the voltage. So we can say the transistor is used, the most common use of the transistor is amplification. But there is another use of the transistor, which is transistor is used as switch. You can see in the figure I draw here a NPN transistor. This is NPN transistor. NPN, this is NPN, common emitter transistor. How can we recognize this is NPN transistor? In NPN transistor, the direction of current flow of emitter will be in downward or outside. So this is the NPN transistor, but we can say this is common emitter NPN transistor because emitter is common for both junction. You have already learned that transistor has three parts. One is emitter, base and collector. And the current of emitter is represent IE. The current of base, that is base current is here IB, and current of collector is IC. This current of collector is represented as the output current. Now I am going to discuss how the transistor is used and switched. Now in case of the switch on condition, you have to apply the positive voltage, and that is why this NP junction is kept in the forward bias. In case of the forward bias, there is no resistance between the collector and emitter, so the current will flow from the collector and we will get collector current. Due to this voltage will drop across with this load RL. This is the load RL. If we consider this is the bulb, so in case of switch on condition, this bulb will glow because there is no resistance between emitter and the collector. That is why current will flow through this load or the bulb and the bulb will glow. So we can say in case of the switch on condition of the transistor, the output voltage will be V naught equal to VCC minus ICRL, because this is the voltage. This is the voltage between the between the two ends of the load. If we consider the collector current IC, which is passes through the RL, then the voltage across the load will be ICRL. So this is the output voltage. Then we will get the output voltage is V naught equal to VC minus ICRL. Now let's see, in case of the switch on condition, we have to apply the negative voltage. When we apply negative voltage in this transistor, then this NP junction are in the reverse bias, and in that case there is a huge amount of resistance will produce between collector and emitter, and the current will flow only through this emitter. We will get emitter current and the base current, emitter current and base current. So no current will flow through this load because here is huge amount of resistance will create. Due to this, in output voltage, we get only VCC because there is no voltage drop across the load resistance. That is why we don't get any current which is flow through the load, and we don't get any voltage dropped. So that is why this load, or if we consider this is the bulb, so this bulb will not glow, and this is the switch off condition of the transistor. Let me tell you the advantage of the transistor as switch. You can make the transistor very easily. It is cheap, and by the transistor the transistor can perform 10 to the power 9 functions per second. But the normal electric switch can perform only 5 functions per seconds. So this is the advantage of the transistor, or this is the advantage of transistor which is used as a switch. So my dear student, I hope you have understand. Before starting the class, let's see all the formulas related to today's topic. The first formula is R equal to del V divided by del I. From your chapter 3, we already know the resistance is the ratio of voltage and the current. Here R is the dynamic resistance, del V is the change in potential difference, and del I is the change in current. The second formula, this formula is applicable for transistor. If you calculate the current of emitter by this formula, and the formula is IE equals to IB plus IC. That means the emitter current is the summation of the base current and collector current. Here IE is the emitter current, IB is the base current, and IC is the collector current. Now the third formula, this is the formula to calculate the internal resistance of the transistor, and the formula is Ri equal to VBE divided by VB. Here VBE is the potential difference in between base and emitter. This is the input voltage, and if you divide this current, that is IB means base current, then we will get the internal resistance. Now formula number 4, the formula is RO, that means R out equals to VCE divided by VC, and this formula is applicable to calculate the output resistance. And here output voltage is VCE. VCE means the voltage difference or the potential difference between collector and emitter, and IC is the collector current. Now this formula is very important. Formula number 5, the formula is alpha equal to IC divided by IE. Alpha is the current application factor, and which will be calculated by the ratio of collector current divided by emitter current. Here IC is the collector current and IE is the emitter current. And formula number 6, formula is beta equal to IC divided by IB. Beta is the here current gain, and the current gain is the ratio of collector current and the base current. Now formula number 7, this is VA. The formula is VA equals to beta into RL divided by RI. Here beta is the current gain, RL is the load resistance, and RI is the internal resistance or the dynamic resistance. And alpha, there is another formula to calculate the current coefficient, current application factor, and the formula is alpha equal to beta divided by 1 plus beta. So that's all formula related to our today's chapter. Okay, my dear student, let's solve some mathematical problem related to our today's topic. Let's solve the first mathematical examples, and the question is, look at the figure below. You can see this is the transistor, this is the common base transistor, and in the common base transistor the current of emitter is given 0.8 milliampere, and the base current IB is given here 0.05 0.05 milliampere, and the question is find the current gained of the circuit. So let's solve this question. Solution. First, we have to write the given information. Here, emitter current. Emitter. Here, emitter current is represented by IE, and whose value is given here 0.8, and unit is milliampere. Then base current is IB, and whose value is given here 0.05 milliampere. So you have to calculate the current gain. Current gain is beta. If you want to calculate the current gain, then we have to know the collector current. So first of all, we have to calculate collector current. Collector current is IC. So first of all, we have to calculate the collector current, and then we can get the value of current gained. And you know the symbol of current gained, is beta. So we can write beta equals to what? So first of all, we have to apply the formula of ammeter current. You know the ammeter current is the summation of base current and the collector current. So from this formula you can write emitter current is equals to base current plus collector current. Now if you want to calculate the collector current IC, then you can write IE minus IB. Here IE is given 0.8 and IB is the base current, whose value is given here 0.05. Then after calculation this expression, we will get the collector current, whose value is 0.75 milliampere. Now you can calculate the current gain. So we can write here again current gain beta equals to IC divided by IB, and here IC, value of IC is 0.75 milliampere, and IB is the base current is given 0.05 and unit is milliampere. So you can see here this unit will be cancelled out from denominator and numerator. So after calculation this expression, we will get the value of current gain beta equals to 15. So this is the answer of the question number 1. And beta, that means current gain, has no unit because it's the ratio of the same quantity. Now mathematical example number 2. The question is a common emitter PNP transistor is shown below. You can see in the board, this is the common emitter PNP transistor, where RL is the load resistance, and in that transistor the current gain is given here 75, and the load resistance, that is RL, is given here 60 ohm. The dynamic resistance is here 40 ohm. Dynamic resistance means the input resistance is given here 40 ohm, and collector current is given here 5 milliampere. The collector current is gained in this point. This is the collector current. And whose value is given here 5 milliampere. And the question is, we have to calculate the current amplification factor. Current application factor means alpha. And voltage gain, we have to calculate voltage gain. Voltage gain is VA. So if you want to calculate the current amplification factor alpha, so you have need two quantities. One is current in collector, that means collector current IC, and current in emitter current. But in the stem, you can see there is no value of IE, that is emitter current. So first of all, we have to calculate the emitter current. How can we get emitter current? We can get the emitter current by the formula of IE equals to IB plus IC. This is the formula to calculate the emitter current. You know the emitter current. This emitter current is the summation of the base current and the collector current. So if you put the value of IC, but we have need here IB, that means base current. Base current is not given. So first of all, we have to calculate the base current. The base current will be calculated by the formula of beta equals to IC divided by IB. So first of all, we have to calculate the base current. So let's solve this question. The given information here, current gain beta is given here 75. Current gain is given here 75. Then collector current, which is represented by IC, and you can see the collector current is given here 5 milliampere. This is not a SI unit, so you have to convert SI unit. So you have to divide by 1000, then you will get milliampere to the ampere. So our result will be IC will be 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, and load resistance RL is given here 60 ohm. Load resistance is given here 60 ohm, and dynamic resistance, this is 40 ohm is the dynamic resistance, and dynamic resistance is given here 40 ohm. So first of all, you have to calculate the value, and we want to calculate the value of current amplification factor, that is alpha, and then voltage gain. So boys, so my dear student, first of all, we have to apply the formula. We have to apply the formula of beta, and you know the formula of beta is IC divided by IB. This is the formula to calculate the current gain. Beta is here, current gain. Beta is given 75, and IC, that is collector current is given here 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Then you can get the value of IB, that is base current. So you can write here base current equal to IC, that means collector current divided by current gain, and IC, value of IC is given here 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, and beta, that means current gain, is given here 75. And after calculation this expression, we will get the result of IB. Result of IB will be 6.607 into 10 to the power minus 5, and its unit will be ampere. So my dear student, now if you put the value of IB, that means base current, in this equation, then you can calculate the emitter current. So we will apply this formula. Now we know the formula of emitter current is IE equals to IB plus IC. Here IB is the base current, and we already calculated the base current, whose value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 5 plus your IC, value of IC, that is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Then after addition these two expression, we will get here emitter current IE equals to 5.067 into 10 to the power minus 3, and its unit will be ampere because it's a current. Now you can calculate the alpha. Alpha means current application factor. So you can write here again, we know alpha equal to IC divided by IE. Now if you put the value of IC, which is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, and I is the current of emitter, and whose value we have already calculated 5.067 into 10 to the power minus 3, and after calculation these two expression, we will get the result of alpha is 0.987. This is the answer of current amplification factor, and the current application factor has no unit because it is the ratio of the same quantity. You can see alpha, formula of alpha is alpha equal to IC by IE, and if you put the unit of IC and IE, this both unit will be cancelled out. So we can say alpha has no unit. And the another option, we have to calculate the voltage gain. You know the formula of the voltage gain is, we know the formula to calculate the voltage gain is VA equals to beta into RL divided by RI. Here RL is the load resistance, and whose value is here 60, and RI is the dynamic resistance, whose value also given 40, and beta also given here 75. Now if we put the value beta, RL, RI, then we can write VA equals to 75 into RL is here 60, and RI, that is dynamic resistance, is here 40. Then after calculation this expression, we will get the result of VA, that is voltage, that is the voltage gain, VA equals to 112.5, and its unit will be volt. So this is the answer of the voltage gain. Let's solve the third mathematical example, and the question is, by applying 1 volt potential difference in a PN junction, 10 milliampere current is found, and if the potential difference became 1.5 volt, then 15 milliampere current is found. The question is, find the dynamics resistance of the junction. Okay, my dear student, let's solve this question. First of all, you have to write the given information. You can see the voltage difference is given 1 volt. In that time we get current 10 milliampere, and when the voltage difference is increased, that means it became 1.2 volt, the current will be increased. That means 15 milliampere current is found in the output. So you can write here the change of voltage, that is change of potential difference. We can write here change in potential difference. The change in potential difference del V, that is change in potential difference, which will be the subtraction of 1.2 volt minus 1. So we can write 1.2 minus 1 volt. Then after calculation we will get the result of del V is 0.2 volt. Similarly, we can calculate the change of current. The initial current was 10 milliampere and the final current is 15 milliampere. So the difference between two current is 5 milliampere. So we can write here change in current. Change in current. Change in current which represent by here del I, and the del I will be the subtraction of 15 minus 10 milliampere. And after calculation we will get 5 milliampere, and you have to convert milliampere to the ampere. So you have to divide by 100 and we will get the change in current will be del I equals to 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. And we have to calculate the dynamic resistance. So we can write here, we know dynamic resistance is R and the formula will be del V divided by del I, and del V, that is change in potential difference, is here 0.2. Current is here, change in current is here 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. So after calculation, this expression, answer of the dynamic resistance R equals to 40 ohm. This is the answer of the question number 3. Hope you have understood. That's all for today. If you have any problem related to the lecture that I have discussed with you, then you may ask your subject teacher. Thank you for your patient hearing. Stay safe, stay home.